So I started with AX1. When I started, I wasn't tiny. I wasn't big. Definitely didn't have a lot of muscle on me. Just kind of like an average kid. But I was about as the opposite of athletic as you could be. I had exercise-induced asthma, so any sport that required breathing was pretty horrible, and it demoralized me to the point where I didn't do anything. And whenever my friends wanted to go out and play any sort of pickup game, I started saying no all the time because I was terrible and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't keep up with anybody, couldn't perform, and when you can't do anything with your body, you get pretty sick of it. And you get pretty sick of yourself. So that didn't really help with any sort of teenage insecurities that I had going on at the time, which aren't too uncommon. But when I started, I was probably around 140, 145 pounds. Maybe. That might be high. And now I am 20 years old, so 3 years later. I've completed every program of Athlean-X that you can buy today. I don't think nearly enough people, especially if you're not an athlete, train the way athletes do enough. And AX1 is definitely the best groundwork that you can get for starting that kind of training. So after doing all that, I just finished the last month of NXT last week. I am now 172 pounds. I'm one of the most athletic people in my friend group. And my life is drastically changed from Athlean-X. So I shamelessly rep their tees all the time. And I know Jeff made a video about this not too long ago. In that when you can overcome any sort of problem that you're encountering in your life with your body, any challenge that your body faces you with, it opens up your confidence to deal with almost anything. And you'll figure that out if you do AX1 at the end of your first month, when you get your first of many Athlean-X challenges. And if you look ahead from when you first start and you look at that first challenge, you're probably going to think to yourself, what the hell is this? How the hell am I going to do that? Especially if you're like me and you had no athleticism whatsoever. The good news is if you prescribe to your training, if you eat right, like Jeff always teaches us to do, and you put in the hard work, especially when you think you're already putting in the hard work and you find a way to push yourself harder, and you do it on the days that you really, really, really don't want to do it, but you're supposed to do it. When you get to those challenge days, you will blow yourself away with what you can do. And then you just keep going with it. If you're anything like me, you get horribly addicted and you can't stop. And you go back to those challenges. First time I did it, I'm pretty sure I failed. And I had to retake it. And then I nearly passed. And I think it took me about just under 17 minutes, which I think was the cutoff for passing. I can go back and do that challenge now after a workout, so I'm already tired. I can do that in about 8 minutes, which is insane. And Jeff is an amazing coach. He gives some of the best advice probably in the world. I've met a few people. And he will always find ways to help you get better if that's something that you really want to do. And it will change every aspect of your life. It's crazy, crazy good. So if you're anything like I was, just an average guy that, or an average girl that really wishes you could have that sort of physique that a lot of people look for shortcuts to getting, break it to you now, there's no shortcut. And all the crap you see on commercials on TV and on YouTube, they're crap. It comes from the hard work, but the hard work makes it worth it. And it'll put you amongst a better group of people that have already put the work in, and will welcome you with hopefully open arms. If you're on the fence, buy Athlean-X.